So, we talked about the guys who are going to be handling the balls behind the plate in Season 3 for you in the last video. Today we find out why your favorite first basemen actually aren't good. Or maybe they are. Complete first base Season 3 tier list on the way. Leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and also the third channel. We're about to hit our first 1,000 subscribers over there. Gonna do something pretty special, so show it some love. Alright, same rules as last time, going over every eligible card, not your wild card. Again, I am not your mother. Pick who you would like. But we got the D tier, and it pains me to say that Max Muncy, the Funcy Monkey, is on here, but he's just bad. And yes, it is absolutely self-motivated by, like, one single play that he missed that completely cost me a big game in BR. That's absolutely partly why he's not in C and he's in D instead. But the contacts, though, the vision's low. I mean, it's just not great. You don't love to see it. We got Alex Gordon, the 95. I don't think that's going to cause too much controversy. Will Myers, Padre Ray Red Great. Then Bobby Dalbec. Well, I was kind of surprised. Yeah, I wasn't here the day this dropped, so I didn't see all the stats on Impact, but oh lordy. This is stinky. Moving on up to the C tier, we've got a handful of cards here. Starting with Brandon Belt. You'll notice this trend a lot. It's a guy who can hit one side very well, but he doesn't do too much else good. He's got a great swing, he's got the pinch hitter quirk, and I know we gave guys the benefit of the doubt for being a good platoon bat because platooning is really viable now that you don't have the pitchers hitting. You don't really use your bench for too much else. You might as well platoon some of these guys, especially if it's a card you really want for one side. But it's not like catcher. A youth baseball, I hand the first baseman's mitt to the fat kid. I think anybody can play it. Luke Voigt's there, Monte Irvin, Nolan Jones. He's very close to being a D. The attributes aren't great. The only saving grace is the swing. I love it. We got Paul DeYoung, Paul Molitor, the Igniter. You see a couple 97s on the C tier. You see him, there's CJ Cronin there, there's Brent Rooker. And are these cards terrible? No, I mean, they're 97s for Christ's sakes, a captain boost. You know, put pig on a lipstick, anybody looks beautiful. But I don't think they're all that tremendous. Couple standouts, though. We got Lou Gehrig. Obviously, the Yankees theme team is going to be a very, very popular one. And it works. It's viable. You get the boost from Giambi, which we'll talk about a full captain ranking as well in just a minute here. So he's solid. You've also got a guy like the Toronto Blue Jays' own Vlad Guerrero Jr., the 96 from the Father's Day program. Grind 9 hours to get this 96. Was it worth it? On to the next, we've got the B tier. There's a lot of guys here. There is 3 complete rows of 8, 24. That looks like 29 cards. And again, since we have so many cards, it's both primary and secondary positions. I can't really rank all of them because so many are so close. That's how they did Team Affinity for Season 3 here. But let's talk about a couple. Home Run Derby cards came out and they have the one hole which remains constant on all of them. It's the Vision 51. Get this fucker some glasses. Was that the problem? Was your eyesight so bad you couldn't see on the contract it said Colorado on it? Feels very weird to have 99s in B tier. But it's true. G-Man Choi, I'm so happy they gave him a 99. I mean, that's just not a very good 99. The Killebrew, good stats, awful swing, which I do have my own personal biases on here. It's probably the best hitting Twins card on paper. Certainly not in practice. Brad Miller, I love that card to death. Guy can play basically every single position. Has one of the sweetest swings in the game. Sure, he's got 57 contact, but you get good wood, it's going a mile. You got the draft Aiden Miller, which is pretty solid. Do you want to talk about the Orlando Arcia, which, I don't know, maybe I'm a casual. I didn't know he played first base. He's got 122, 125. He's maxed out against lefties, which is insane. He also has 97 fielding. The only 2 stats I care about fielding-wise for first base is fielding and reaction. Fielding is the most important. If you hit a yellow throw, on the meter into the infield. It'll be in the dirt, and the first base fielding rating depends how likely it is you're going to scoop it. That's why a guy like Carlos Delgado, yeah, he has 115 power both ways. He can even play catcher, but my God, yeah, he's going to be like Mr. Magoo searching for his glasses in the sandbox. Patrick Bailey, pretty underrated card right there. Switch hitting catcher that can also play some 1B. Aguilar's got some good stats, but he rivals Daniel Vogelbach in the speed category. Jimmy Fox, I can't wait for a good Jimmy Fox card. Jimmy Fox. Big Meat Pete, speaking of fucking, 20 speed, 60 fielding. He's got great quirks. He's 9, including dead red, unfazed, breaking ball hitter, first pitch hitter. He's got almost all of them. I can't wait for the 99. Also, shout out the real MLB The Show players that remember the true GOAT, Rake Lamb. 112, 117 against righties. Let's not look at the lefties. That is B tier. Let's move on to the A category, where we've also got a ton. That's enough swearing. A lot of cards here. Starting with Buck O'Neil. Of course, brand new in the game. He's got max contact, max clutch, max fielding, max reaction, 85 speed. I don't understand why they couldn't put quirks on the Negro League players, because it definitely takes this card down a notch. He's got solid power. There's also no captain for the Jin Kim guys. We'll have to see if they drop one. It's tough. Utley, he's got good stats. It could be better. I don't know, maybe a Mets fan made the attributes. I think Utley was a little bit better in his career. Talked about him for catchers, we'll talk about him again here. My God, Carlos Santana is crazy. The unicorn Martin DeHigo can play literally everywhere for you. He's a damn good pitcher. He's probably better a catcher. I mean, Summerlee's defensive ratings get lost at first base, as does the speed, except for offense. And his batting numbers aren't the craziest. He's good, but not quite S tier. You got this home run derby Adley again. I love this Luis Gonzalez. That was in events a few times ago. One of the only good event cards they've dropped all year. Eddie Escobar, he plays. His gold card is good. His diamond is insane. You got the Porterhouse Steak Party at Naps. If his fielding didn't suck ass, this card would be S tier. Joey Gallo. I mean, they were glazing the hell out of this guy to get him up to 54 vision. Sugarcoating him to diabetes levels. Don't sleep on Rhys Hoskins. He's got a tremendous swing, only 2 quirks, but my God, that no down animation, the max clutch. He's got some of the best contact and vision for one of the derby cards here. He's crazy. Probably the most underrated card in Team Affinity, Tommy the Stella. He's 112, 107 against righties, pretty good against lefties, almost max vision, got a sweet lefty swing, and he hits the arm accuracy captain for Mookie Betts. He hits the Vlad Guerrero captain for plate discipline. A little disappointing, Matt Olson. 85 contact against lefties, 84 vision. Sweet mama, they dropped another BR god, Jonathan Scope. He is one captain boost away from actually being an endgame card. Ibanez got an insane spot right here as well. Prince Fielder, I'm pretty disappointed with the 99 they dropped. He's just not quite on par with his peers. You know, the headliners, the paid for packs. You'd think they'd want to put a juiced up version. No, it's a little light. It's Rangers Fielder. The Mike Lowell's maxed out against lefties. He's a great platoon bat. Castellanos really good. Love Wade Boggs. The swing is so good. Max contact, max vision. You have to try to not get a base hit with the guy. And it leaves us with the S tier. I did rank these ones. I think Adley is pound for pound the best catcher and the best first baseman in the game. He's got pretty much max contact, 114 vision, max clutch. Max fielding at first base is insane, especially with the 99 reaction. Good speed, almost 500-foot potential power with 7 quirks. I'll venture to bet you have not used this card, but you should. I nearly put him as the best. Stan the man. Max contact, max vision, max power left, max clutch. and he plays well above his ratings defensively at first base when I've used him in the past. He also has 10 quirks. Know how good Mauer is. I'm not gonna, spill my load here. I'll save it for, the other room where I've got a shrine to him. The Austin Riley. Talk about a card. His POTM last year was one of my favorites. He's got good quirks. He's got a great swing for a righty. Good fielding. I don't know what kind of baseball they're watching. Vladdy, max power, nearly max contact left. This card offensively is a wonder. He's a Gold Glover. I get it's a home run derby card, but let's juice him up. Come on. He's got 2 quirks. You gotta glaze him somewhere. Make the guy happy. Jackie. Every year, I wait for Jackie to get his best card, and here it is. Max vision, max contact, max clutch, max bunt, max fielding, max speed, max steal. It's insane. He can also play the whole infield, the whole outfield. He's almost Martin DeHigo. Yeah, might have to throw him on the mound and see how he does. Jock Peterson for an XP reward path card. Wild. Look at that fielding. The outfield, we're going to rank him pretty high. He's got good contact, max power both ways. You already know I have to talk about my boy Luis Arias. I mean, he's like Jackie. If he forgot his glove at home, had a 12-pack of Krispy Kreme donuts. Yeah, he's essentially Jackie Robinson. Kyle Schwarber and the Bryce Harper. I want to target those two. They've went down in price as headliner cards ever since the last flash sale and the big tumultuous tumble of the market once Season 3 did hit. So those cards are cheaper. Yandy is very underrated for 40K or so. Matt Holliday, really good to see him back at the game. Honus Wagner, people are going to talk shit. He's S tier for sure. You got Big Poppy, a free card. I see a lot of David Ortiz. Probably the most common option for most people at the 1B. And a quick bite about captains, because there's a lot of options. I don't know who you're going to want to use, but I'll say there's 3 in particular that are really good. Team Affinity 3 for Freddie Freeman. This card is already good, but you boost up cards like the Corbin Carroll, the Jose Ramirez, to make them actual gods amongst men. The Astros team build is also really good right now. They got great Altuve. They've got Yordan Alvarez cards. They're really, really nice. The Ryan Howard for the Phillies. I mean, they've got, at this point, a good Harper, Schwarber, Utley, Howard as the captain, Reese, Ibanez, Schmidt. Everybody that you'd want on that team is going to get boosted. The Yankees still solid, kind of dwindling. A lot of their great cards came in set 1. I'm sure there's going to be, another leg for the evil empire, albeit. Then a lot of captains. The Goldie captain's pretty fun, especially some gold cards are supercharged. It still gives them the boost. The Father's Day cat, that's the worst of them. I'll tell you that. Now that's going to do it. I don't know. We talked about 200 some cards today. I'm parched. Let me know who you guys are running at first base. So many options. We're moving on to second base in the next one. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy. Thank you for watching this one.